How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. Before we get started, I want to let you guys know about the private group. If you want to join other investors and other traders that are looking to make money in the stock market, and you also want to be around like-minded individuals, then this group is for you. You can find that link inside the description. We'll be happy to have you a part of the family. So the stock we're going to be talking about today is NNDM Nano Dimensions. As far as the technical setup is concerned, things are looking really good, but you guys do also know that I believe in the long-term prospects. But of course, before we get started, we have to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. The technical setup is looking fairly strong, and I'm looking forward to seeing a bullish movement, especially going into July, and I'm going to be updating you guys on that price action and also giving you some ideas if you're looking to trade this play, and as well if you're looking at it as far as the long-term prospects. Secondly, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know what is the overall market sentiment for NMDM. This will have an impact on its overall price action, so I feel it's something key that you really need to know about. Then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to see, have there been any large-scale orders for NMDM? Why do we want to know this? Because this can give us a good indication whether institutions are loading up. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's jump into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for NNDM Nano Dimensions. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $8.77, being up 1.74% on the day. On the low, it tested $8.41. Then on the high, testing $9.07. So the chart that we're using is actually the 1-year daily chart. We want to see how it's lining up with our indicators. As you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 63. So yes, it is in that overbought territory. As you can see, it has been on quite the run. When we see how it's lining up, it's above the 200-day. It's also above the 21-day EMA, but it is below the 100-day. So the first thing I'm going to cover, if you're looking at NMDM as a long-term type of play like myself, I told you guys you want to be adding when it is below $7, and you had the opportunity to actually do that. So for the ones who took advantage of that, my hat's off to you. Now, as far as for the technical setup, and which is very important here, one of the things I want to see NMDM do, whether it's going to be mid-July or before the end of July, I want to see this test going into the $10 range. It has been showing a good amount of strength as of late, and I do see it getting past the 100-day here at $8.94. We got to $9.07 on Friday, but we want to see NMDM get comfortable above this 100-day. And if it's able to do this while building up consolidation and support, that's where I'm looking forward to seeing that move going to $10. This will be a psychological level here. To be many who will be taking profits, but there is some potential for NMDM to pass 10 and then make that move where it would come to another area of resistance here right around $10.45. But for the most part, I'm looking into getting into an option play on that morning dip come on Monday, and I'm going to be holding it. I'm looking at getting a July 16th and as well as an August 20th, and I'm going to be looking at that $10 strike, because from what I'm looking at so far, it's definitely looking like a good setup for NMDM to be able to hit those particular areas, and I wanted to make sure I was able to share that with you guys. If it decides to trade sideways, of course, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it hold up support right at that $8.50 level, and as well holding up around here at this $8 level. If it can continue to do that, it's going to continue to look strong. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for NMDM Nano Dimensions. When we take a look at the short volume ratio, it is at 27%, and of course this is taken the close as of June the 25th. What does this look like? So out of 19.5 million shares that were traded, we had 5.2 million of those shares that were actually sold short. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 3 million, updated 18 minutes ago. And as far as for the short vol free rate, it is at 1.21%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, of course, we can see Nano Dimensions is used to being above that 21% that we normally look for in regards to short squeeze potential. and being at 26 is fairly high, but do keep in mind back on the 22nd, we were as high as 31.54. So as we look forward to how this week actually goes, and we're talking about Monday moving forward into this short week, it'll be very interesting to see how NMDM performs. I do believe if it ends up getting into those areas, since technically it's looking fairly bullish, we can look forward to seeing a good type of a squeeze and seeing shorts covering their positions. Will it be something that is monumental where it'll just squeeze up to $15? No, I'm not seeing that, but I'm looking forward to seeing a move to 10 and some shorts covering their positions. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for NMDM. So we could see here on the inflow we had 45, and on the outflow we had 38, and this is taking into Friday. When we take a look at the numbers, on the inflow we had 45 and I had one large order, 31 on the medium and 12 on the small. As far as for the outflow, we had 0 for large, medium 27, and then small being 11. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see some heavy inflow on June the 25th, which was Friday, and also on June the 23rd. It was 0 on the 24th and as well as the 21st, and you can see a negative 585.08 back on the 22nd. But when we look at the 23rd, we have 1,632, and on the 25th, we have 1,492.7. So as far as institutions, they are loading up on NMDM expecting a big move. So just taking a look at the order flow can help us in regards to making a decision whether to get into this play. Then on top of doing other analysis as far as looking at the technical setup and also taking a look at the fact of looking at the option table and looking at the open interest. There's a lot of factors that I look at before getting into a play, and it's part of the reason why this sets me apart from other YouTubers. They tend to just look at one thing and just focus on that one thing alone, or they go off speculations and so forth, and that's understandable. But in this particular case, on this particular channel, before I get into a play, I look at 5 to 6 different factors so I know I can have a high probability of seeing success. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for NMDM Nano Dimensions, if you're looking to get into this play, I want you to know what are your goals. If you're looking to hold this play long term and you were unable to load up when I was saying, hey, make sure you get in at that $6, $5 range, especially when it pulled back. But I also did say previously, if you get in even below $8 or $7, you're still not doing too bad, then you want to wait for a pullback. All right, as far as if you're trading off of the technical setup, it is looking fairly strong here. I myself, I'm going to be going in with some options. I already have shares because I do have this play as far as for my long-term portfolio. So taking everything into consideration, I'm going to be looking at those $10 calls because I'm expecting that move. I want to see NMDM get to $10 before the end of August. I'll be looking at options for August the 20th and as well as July the 16th. Anyone who's in the private group, of course, I'm going to let you know in real time when I get into these plays. But outside of all of that, as far as for NMDM, I like the company overall in general. They've made updates to the Dragonfly system, and they're definitely doing what they need to do to set themselves up for the growth that's going to be happening in the 3D printing market, and it's part of the reasons why I see it as a major player. We also do know institutions are loading up. We also know as far as ARK Invest, Cathie Woods, she's also vested in NMDM as well and has been increasing her position. But of course, we don't just go alone off what Cathie Woods invests in. We're not blind here. We don't just say, okay, she's doing it, or we just follow the herd. No, we take a look at every single factor. I cover that comprehensively here on this channel for you guys so you can make well-informed decisions and add it to your homework and as well as your due diligence. Oh, and I almost forgot before I close this video out, as far as for the short interest, of course, NMDM does have that short squeeze potential as well, but I'm not expecting a big move to go to $15 before the end of June, all right? And I'm not expecting this happening even midway going into July. If it does happen, even great. My options are gonna look pretty sweet, but for the most part, this is not a move that I'm expecting. I'm expecting it to get to $10. It might end up getting a good amount of selling pressure because there'll be many who are taking profits, but at the end of the day, we gotta see what the market gives us because we can't really predict what's gonna be happening, but we can make sure that we look at the variables that we need as far as for a high probability of success. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.